Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, I mean from start to finish, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Buried in this country, and the Lungu family will say, aye, let's do that.
Alright, dear viewers, in case you're just tuning in, I am talking to Mr. Patson Chalwe Kasongo, who is the spokesperson of Leadership Movement, and we are discussing, the latest development that happened today, where it was reported that former President Edgar Lungu will be buried in South Africa, and of course we've seen the confusions that have been happening, the back and forth. And there's a lot of talk out there. We know that you have something to say as well. You can call. The number is showing on your screen. You can call right now and be part of the program, and we'll be more than glad to hear from you. So now, Mr. Chalwe, there's one thing that has been on my mind ever since we started talking, and this is the future generations. How are they going to interpret this?
Hi, I'll tell you a story of Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana. I think they should have gotten their independence maybe 1958. Can't remember.
Yes, it's 1958.
You know that he was hoisted out of power by a coup. He had gone out. He ended up finding rest in Guinea. And right there, he would speak on the Radio for Revolution. The title was the Messages from Conakry, something like that. Voice from Conakry. It's Voice from Conakry. Yeah. It's a collection of speeches by Kwame Nkrumah. These speeches, when you read them, let me say they not even matter. But how has Kwame Nkrumah been remembered across Africa and in Ghana? Ghanaians are not so proud that their son had to find refuge in a foreign country. In the same way, we are not proud. Don't even talk about future generations. You and I are millennials. You're not Gen Zs. We are somewhere in between. We can quickly veer back and look at the history of Zambia, and we're also enjoying the present, and we are also part of the future. It's a disappointment. It's a disappointment. Our children will look back and say, you mean there was that level of hatred between two leaders who should have sat down to teach us how to have peace? It's a big bad stain on the history of Zambia. If President Hakainde Hichilema can go out and somehow beg, that's a big term, asking HH to beg. He doesn't beg, we know. But this is about to be the biggest historical mistake. Let him show at least some level of remorse. Go sit down, forget about what the country is saying. Listen to your heart alone. History will forget about all the 20 million Zambians and remember only Hakainde Hichilema in this period. The 20 million Zambians, yes, today we are noisy, we are talking, we are giving comments on this issue, but believe it or not, I have read history. History does not remember the historians. It remembers only the critical members of a fight or a conversation. In this case, the reason why he will be buried outside is not the 20 million Zambians. He has not said the Zambians hate me. Here he says, please, HH shouldn't be there. But that is a diplomatic flaw. There's no way dignitaries, other presidents will be in Zambia and the actual president is not there. A mistake is about to be committed. Pride will not take us anywhere. We need to correct this, and unfortunately, we have very few days to do that. History will look back and be extremely disappointed. 2026 elections will even be harder because...
Just hold your thought, Mr. Chalwe. Let's pick up this call. We'll continue from there. Hello, good evening. Good evening, thank you. Wanji naimwe. Ndima wandani mtumina kuti?
Nama.
Kambani, tipase ngoni zina yanu.
Amoyo.
Okay, wamoyo, bwezanko ni volume ku TV so that timvere bwino bwino. Wamoyo. Kambani timvere.
Wando wa mulungu. Zambia tiliko katika mapresi yanga sana hapa. Ati karibu usiona hapa. Ba keke kamera na. Sana wao ndio nakambati batate banati amao yangu timukanyi pamoja na bakazi ba. Batamela bana pauza la mulo yazi. Anacha understand kama tipo oro batate banati amao yaso. Kitu konkejani tamura koti kama nene na mpando panene wenzi yake basi. So tanga hapa hivi yako sabwani bali tempa ko hapa meligao baja abantu bene kise tendre ministro yake manja waya akango Samalamuro ministro justice so the government by the family further. Yeah. The Malamuro is Valamuri, room. And the Lamuro study for Sabadero. Mandayanga, the Kantarina put upon the Kutankara. Here is the name of Parliament. Why I can't go to Kamitanana?
Priscilla ni utu manje Priscilla ni Mukamba. Mukamba Tasila Lungu.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the name of Parliament. Yeah. More Lankara Kujaji. Our Parliament. Kamba Parliament. And Cameron
Zikoma Moyo. Thank you so much for calling. You can also come through. The line is still open. You can call right now and be part of this conversation that we're having with the leadership movement spokesperson, Mr. Patson Chalwe Kasongo, and we are discussing a very interesting issue where ECL is reportedly going to be buried in South Africa. More calls are coming in. Let's pick up this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you this evening?
Good evening to you too, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Mr. Mkosa. Go ahead, sir.
Hey.
Ndabera kwa abantu. Akaone tuyanga. Yapwani. Sani chamena anachita wamene wamena uzo kutaza kwa kwanga. Konze tenzemo mutala. Kitani. Because ngati ni mabenefit yamene vanaruza varungu. Siva yechecho wamene vana panga decision. The Zambians. This is a constitution. In constitution is like about all the benefits. You cannot eat the cake and have it at the same time. That is the truth. All the benefits. Many bonse. Una mapios yama medical bonse ni ma benefits. They need to be withdrawn. Then you and why need the manja tuna mtutinge bwin. Let us change the constitution then. Let us not point fingers at individuals. Even in Semendea against the Pampando Pali, you would have done the same. Because his role as a president is to protect the constitution. He would have done the same. So this issue out by Edgar Lungu Wanakamba to me, my brother, the balls and my politics. Edgar Lungu Zwanga Kambe, Mundadi, no Mosanga, was a Muntuja, Mudaza, Pueco, kwa Monande Rapo, Mamudi studio, Mujopen, Munapatula, Muntukamba Tony.
Since you asked me a question,
government zamberana kuti mundali kunuka ukamba tifunika kumverana nawo bagamwe benebe banamverana na ndani kuti bandani bagende ni Rubinda bakakamini level on behalf of PF. Hypocrisy. Let us be people that think properly. This nation is ours. God has stopped threatening countries. Let us start into the kusokoneza ziko permanent zebantu amene waganiza bwino bwino. Ma politics out tinakale bwanji nifuna kungena mpawa tinakale bwanji ziningachoke mpawa yafunika. Let us do things that urubana bakabwera bakambuyangana kuti bezeko banachita votani bazikumba bazipunzirapo iko zienda kuzugura na mtende watu zingara pamoja. Can you imagine? The world now is watching at us as a former president when they watching South Africa.
Mr. Mkosa,
they are doing a right thing when they are destroying the name of this country.
Mr. Mkosa,
thank you very much, comrades.
Before you go, Mr. Mkosa,
yes,
my guest has got a question for you.
Let him go ahead and ask me.
But Mr. Mkosa, are you not noticing that the scenarios are very different? In fact, it should be the conversation podcast by Emmanuel Mwamba. The president himself gave a very interesting scenario where he made an argument that how can a person who has insulted you in life be made to be present at your funeral, and you, the family, are the first ones to welcome him and begin to say, you are right, you can talk. You are saying, is it possible, Mnavi Onako? I wish to tell you that if we are to strictly follow what we saw on the podcast, it feels like he was already instructing the family indirectly. So here, we are talking of pride. You two, you sound like you have taken a side, which is a very dangerous thing right now, because we do not wish them versus them. We want a situation where we begin to bridge the gap. You will not
What is your question, comrade? What is your question?
It's not even a question. I'm now telling you that from what we are seeing already, it feels like the statement is already there. Do you think that it's a good idea for you to take a side? We are looking for people who are going to bridge the gap.
What I'm saying here
is
that as a citizen, one of the citizens of this country,
yes, sir,
I'm not happy, I'm very disappointed
to
have a situation like this one, where we can have our former head of state being buried in another country because of reasons that does not even make sense to me.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank
Because
you.
wishes, comrades, if it was about wishes, it's
a lot, sir. It's a lot.
You cannot just say because he wished. You need to do a right thing. When they are Spain, but no, let us do this. This is what we are supposed to do. This is the right thing.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling, Mr. Mkosa. Maybe you can react to those two calls, Mr. Moyo and Mr. Mkosa.
No. Bemazi se okupoke chinsenda kunkoko. Kuna kirira. Punch for punch will leave someone injured. And as long as the body belongs to my family, I have a degree of right to it. He's referring to the Kaunda family. The situations are different. There was no quarrel between the government of the day at that time with the president, with the former president, the first president. The situation here is very different. He died at a time when the situation was hot, red hot. So there was need. The way we approach the Kaunda situation is very deep, and this is where we are making the biggest mistake. We are using wrong precedents on a very different case with the very different facts. The facts that are here are not the same facts between the Kaunda and the government of the day. It was a wish for that president that it should be done as he wished it could be done. Unfortunately, it couldn't be done. The family was convinced. From what Mr. Mukosa is saying, you can readily see that the Kaunda family were put to a conversation maybe with better negotiators. They managed to convince the Kaunda family. In this case, these negotiators, they did not only fail HH, they failed the entire nation.
Okay, let's pick up more calls, Mr. Chalo. Let's pick up this one. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Machoma Pwanji.
Do you know Machoma Mai? Okay.
Hello?
Kambani timvere mami wa Winfrida symbol.
Inakukamba kwanga nikuwa kuti mwantu wa mulungu mazila mchila manchiri umu. Ikambo kamba uti uyu akamba mavyosi aliyerese muntu akapateko. Iya hii balungu siwazo wakonda bene bali mwoyo. Ineneze naona kwa ti sembe chabe tuwatabwela pamoja. Kuna vintu vikarubana. Kuna vintu varubana. Uyu aponyapo ichuru akamba ichisunga peseke pisi. Sasa nizopesa pari situation hapa. Sasa tapeza solution kuti nanga beti karungu wazashiki wapo wanji. Vabwerere mu Zambia. Uja kwenda bakamba kubashikira the foreign country. Sanga gone kucha. Manje nchima memorio bazako kwera every year kwenda sta memorio ku country ya bene. Sasa pemba abali mu studio kuti yesererani ngachika kwanisike mukambeko na kasira runkani family yao kuti ingachikwanisika oromuno ngaswafuna government ichiteko pa setu. Bapwere babashike ngani kuti kuno ku village kwao bendiche babashike. Then kwenda babashike na South Africa ku foreign land. AI. Era nakuona kwanga sikuti government ingabarese kuti babalete barungu babashike family ibashike mwene wafunira. So inakuona kwanga nikwa kuti abo bantu teteserera kuti kukaka na family. Babwere ubaje abantu bashikiwe mu Zambia ndiye mwene mulandi kwao. Zani kuti babashikire ku South Africa icho jeve mwandi ine sina chione bwino. So nazo kamba tapati vokamba sivinga oyero mu family muntu akafa kumankara vokamba. Kumankara vokamba oro muntu akafa kumankara vokamba. Manje vya vokamba tete vike pambali patao zino tete yanganeze we forward zizashikira ba president ba Karungu. Inendia kupemba kwanga. Kuti baiserere bantu na machechezi wangenepo kuti bakambeko nao babalete beti Karungu ngase bafuna kuti babashike kuja kuragona bazao bande babashike oro kunyuka kabera kufamu kwao oro kumoza uchira tibagone ku foreign land awe chione bwino ndiye kupempa kwanga siko mfeze bwino
zikomo Winfrida zikomo kwambili your reaction Mr. Kasongo.
Well, Winfrida is on point. If Eddie can be buried as an ordinary Zambian, that would be better than him to be buried out there. Let the president at least agree that grave, if it cannot accommodate him, let him just come and be buried anywhere. Those who can attend as an ordinary funeral, let's go there. Let it not affect him. Mr. President, Hakainde Hichilema, it will be an act of great honor. Maybe advisors have failed you, so spokesperson, leadership movement, and in fact, on behalf of leadership movement, is saying, allow the family to have an ordinary, simple burial in Zambia where you do not attend and you are going to be remembered as a great president who did what was very hard for you to do. But if otherwise is done, you will not go down in history as a great man. You will be remembered as one who made a grave mistake when you should have just allowed it to go. As long as he's here, a lot of people will remember you for your greatness, to allow that to circumvent the official protocols in order for the son of this country to come and sleep here. Please, this is the cry of leadership movement, the cry of our president, Dr. Richard Surumbe, and as you can hear from Winfrida, it is a cry on behalf of all the Zambian people. If it takes Edgar Lungu being buried as a simple citizen, let it be done, but our father, our son, the son of this soil, must be buried here.
More calls coming in. Let's pick up this one. Hello, you're live on Millennium Tonight. Hello, good evening. How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. From Gender Gift Kambanti Mrede.
Kamba kwanga tempo yanga.
Yes.
Yakuti ba Edgar Chagwa Lungu bafunika bakona bakona muziko yao.
Exactly.
Ba Edgar batu. Twalomba ba Edgar Lungu ababone bone muri sitabo. Abapoli wetu tajandi muntu uyi epe aluhurwa muntu atobere imaga nagamba ba chief mupezeni. Musoni wetu agagula le kujisija ku South Africa muri bwi atuswangane atulete one Zambia one nation ando mwe please TMP zane one Zambia one nation uli beba kuti ma campaign shanshali uja muntu afunika apwela ni uja muntu ndiye leader watu manje mumuleka enda kuni kuziko kwavene kuja please ndiye chitani cho Tieti gwirizane, tieni murungu pafupi. Uja mundu apwele. Agone sana gone kuja komele kuna gona wazaki pati malinga pero gona muziko mwake. Ba president ba HH Resani Mutima dino wa bishop ku SDA. Rendani kunyumba ya maliro na wakazi vano ba president. Mupempe. Kambisanani na bantu please hata kusiri mwa politics timu kutandizana ifukwa cha kuti muzatu niwa mwali na kuja abwele ashikiwe mkantri mwake uja muntu nilida watu anachoka manje hapa so please nebo nkokulomba kwangu ogo nejisi atuswangane uja muntu abole mkatika jisi ulibe politics hapa iya itempete ya pamozi abwele imulire momenti ili yatina maliro muziko
Ziko Mugambi. Ziko Mdenda. Yes, Mr. Mdenda there.
Mdenda Walumba Maningi. Because what he's saying is now what is on the heart of Zambia. There was Winfrida. I think if I followed Winfrida, should be from the Eastern Province.
Winfrida Simbolo.
This is Mdenda. Definitely is from Southern Province. I am Charwe. I am from Luapula Province. Dr. Silumbe is from Mchinga Province. If Mpezeni is from Eastern Province. If this is a sampling, then you can already see that the Zambians are begging the president not to make the biggest mistake of his presidency. There are things that mark very important elements in someone's presidency. As long as President Edgar Lungu lives in South Africa, it means whatever HH will do, he has failed.
More calls coming in. Let's pick up this call. Hello, good evening. Mkwai mwabomba shana naimwe. Muletu mina kwesa mwa wanani shina. Bachileshe muli kwisa hapa. Itwe London kona imutumfwe bachileshe.
Chief Chitika Chena in the Africa century. I think I has talked about the story. Come on, Jaro Chinang Sangi Chita Sangu. So, minutes actually. Short party. The government, it's very size a bunch. That is practically possible. But if right, choosing a bank out it's an embarrassment. So, panelists have a bachelor. Kaiwa opposition Chika again come back. Chumukaranda Chena Chikatabi campaigning power. So it is time to again. Sira Nabarubana fire. It was a tragedy. So, Jack Bafwe, like Makateka, to President 2026, Akapita, because after a opposition, Bakambo, Babeka, Chinomba, Uyaka, Muni Pate, Batonse, Uyaka, Chinamuntu Munganda. So,
Yes, Mr. Shalwa, you can react to that, and obviously we're in the dying minutes of the program. I also want to ask you a question. You know, if you were in leadership, how would you have reacted to this?
If we were in leadership, by the way, what Bachileshe is saying is on point. We are in agreement. But I also do, on behalf of our party, we may not agree that Hakainde Hichilema excellent, who elevated to down to, then he's missing the point. The theories of leadership, they tell you can lead from 3 points. You can lead from the front, in the middle, or from the back. And a good leader will oscillate between among all those areas. In this case, to say he cannot, then you are saying, because remember, Michael Chirifasata was an ordinary Zambian. He might have been opposition leader, but he was an ordinary. When David Patrick Mwanawasa came down to him and made sure that he had to be repatriated for health reasons. This didn't happen. According to what was being said, he was denied exit from the airport. That is painful. That's very painful. But we are saying all this has been done. The foreign dignitaries have not been invited, or they have not yet come to our aid. The last place of defense we have is simply Elder Hakainde Hichilema. And I've called him Elder because him and I have read the same Bible. As a member of the SDA, I understand that we read the Bible, and at this point, the Bible would say, humble yourself and God will lift you up. If he humbles himself and just allow this funeral, as leadership movement, we are categorical, allow this funeral to be as private as the family wishes it to be, and on the terms of these people. Simple and straightforward. Leadership movement promises that. The leadership movement, I think in a very short period of time, will come out very clear, and you'll see that indeed this is the direction for Zambia. A lot of Zambians will quickly understand that indeed it's time for the youth to lead this nation, because our adults anyway seem to have failed us. They seem to have failed to handle a situation. When you look at all those who went to do the negotiations, madala beka beka.
So is leadership movement the best option
Oh yes,
for
it is.
2026?
Oh yes, it is.
Why is it the best option for 2026?
Well, today we are discussing the funeral. When you say why is it, then I'll tell you into the many manifesto issues, and we don't have the time. Let's leave that for next week. I invite the listeners to join us also next week on a Friday like this, so that we now tell you why we are the best option. But today, definitely, just looking at the issue the way it's been handled, we have failed the youths. The youths must take the lead. That's why we keep saying, in 2026, vote ripali youthi mu parliament nga mamona fe pali youthi ale meko mwaiche, the youngest is the one to vote for. Simple and straightforward. Because the youths must now be taught leadership. They must enter in leadership. They must be ready to lead. Otherwise, these fights we are seeing, they will not end. Abraham Traore, only 37 years. Who are you to doubt a youth? Who are you to have a cabinet that does not have a youth? Are you sure youths are failures? Do you know at what age most billionaires become billionaires? Youths are adventurers. They are very adventurous human beings. And it's 2026, vote Nepali youth. Simple and straightforward. And for the president, definitely, it must be on Dr. Silumbe. And we are going to fight and ensure that across the country, people understand that.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.